Yes, my people, I don't come again to update our mindset. Yes, now, shebi when I first talk, I say Asari Dokubo, not na Tokumbo na him be name, because anything Tokumbo not dey get head. So him so without him big head, nothing dey inside. I first talk and say na mumulity na him food in big head and that him big belle so nothing dey inside. Now, when I dey talk some of una dey tell me say e get one particular boy wey dey tell me say you don't know wetin we dey talk o. Why go dey talk about Asari Dokubo like that? Shebu say everybody go Abuja on their own. Maybe not talk about Asari Dokubo. I say okay, no problem. Now, that same Asari Dokubo now, he don cry out because wetin dey affect others when it say e no go reach their side, na them now e dey affect pass. Yes now. He don't cry out when they say he regret for supporting Tinubu. When he be say yes, everybody don't abandon, everybody don't reject him. Say only him stand by and with him voice. Say at the end now, Tinubu don't disappoint them. Nothing Tinubu give them. In they cry out. So maybe not talk too much. I go also bring up the video now for you when you never watch them, and for those when they doubt me, make you watch the video, and as you watch them, make sure say you go like and comment so that other people go see wetin go on. Wetin Asari Dokubo take dey insult himself at the same time they regret.
When people were ashamed to associate with Ahmed Bola Tinubu, I stood my ground till the end. Even when he won and they convinced everybody that May 29 will not be, I stood. I am telling you as a friend, as a brother, not as a politician looking for political position. I am not looking for any appointment. I am telling you that let the Senate presidency be given to the Southeast. Yes, the Southeastern politician betrayed, like Amechi and others in the South. They betrayed. And that is what you have seen yourself, that it was difficult to call their name. It was difficult to associate with Ahmed Bola Tinubu in the Southeast and in the South, especially when you are a Christian. How can you be in Ibiomie church when Ibiomie is hell-bent on seeing that you fail? So if somebody is in Ibiomie church and supporting you, do you know what the pains, the agony, the ostracization that he went through to make you win? Yes, the Southeastern politician went out. They went out and fought for themselves. We all know that. Ordinarily, we will say they cannot reap where they did not sow. Right? They cannot reap where they did not sow. But the expediency of the period, the period in which we are today, we have to make sacrifices. We have to overlook certain things. We have to overlook certain wrongs to bring everybody together. We need somebody in the Southeast to stand in the gap between us and these evil people and work for the success of your government. The question is, what value, even in the South, will an Akpabio add to your government? People say you are making enemies, you are making unnecessary enemies. I have always made enemies. All my life, I have made enemies. All my life. If Akpabio, for me saying the truth, means that Akpabio feels that I'm his enemy, so be it. I have always made enemies in my life. I scarcely make friends. I scarcely make friends. Akpabio have nothing. He has nothing to add to this government. He has nothing to add to the success of this government. And it will be one of the greatest mistakes. And it will be one of the things that will be held against you for leaving the Southeast out of this government, for leaving the Southeast out of this movement. We have to accept the doctrine of necessity, bypassing ranking in the Senate so that a Southeasterner can become Senate president. somebody who is agreeable, to our cause among all the senators in the Southeast. So it is up to all of us. The same way I advised about this non-existent obedient movement, that it was a church, the pastors were weaponizing religion, they were weaponizing Christians against Muslims, that a lot of people did not listen to. This is what I am saying again. Please and please and please and please and please, let us give the Senate president to the Southeast. I am not talking of any particular person. If it is difficult to do that because of a ranking, because of Senate rules, because of ranking, then we must apply the doctrine of necessity and bypass ranking and choose somebody who is agreeable. If Akpabio loves you, he will jettison his ambition, his personal ambition to become Senate president. This is not in our interest. Akpabio becoming Senate president is not in our interest at this particular time. It can be after this time. It can be after we have pacified. It can be after we have brought everybody together. It can be after we have strengthened ourselves. But at this particular time, Akpabio becoming Senate president is not in our interest. It's not in the interest of the survival of this government.